Billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
A poor man prayers,
every man bleeds.
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.
Under the Fair Use Act, these videos are for information and educational purposes, and I do not own the rights to any of these videos that are shown. All rights reserved to the original content creators.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy SL550, and this is the Never Gonna Lose Again podcast. Before we start, man, make sure you like, share, and comment. Also, hit that subscribe button because it costs you nothing. And tune in with your boy. Also, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy go live. Anyway, it's a lot going on, bro. It's a lot going on, and I think the Democrats are about to fold. Because, see, this is the thing, bro. I told y'all before, they playing with a different Trump. This ain't the same Trump from 2016. This is a different Trump. This is a Trump that ain't playing games, bro. He ain't playing games with these people. They want to continue to keep playing games. They want to continue to keep hurting Americans. They want to continue to keep us in the fucking garbage can. Trump trying to get us out. And the move that he should make and that he wants to make and that he's urging every Republican to make will get his agenda done. And I don't see what they're waiting for. Why are they blinking on this? You know, at the end of the day, bro, the Democrats are locked in step on everything. On everything pretty much, bro. Like, let's be honest. And if they had the option, they would do it. And the reason why we know that is because they already tried to do it. And we're going to get into that, you heard? We're going to get into it, man. So we're going to tap in with my guy, of course, RJTalksTV. If you're not tapped in, go tap in with him and give him a subscribe, bro. Dope content creator. Also, my guy from Righteous Perspective and Barry Cunningham. We're going to tap in with all of them, go over everything that's going on with this whole nuclear option possibly be about to be used. And I think they should use. I think it's the best move right now for them to make. You can't play games with these people, bro. Seriously. Then we're going to tap in with Righteous Perspective because he is going over all this stuff that's going on in New York City and basically how all New York City residents are leaving. They out. They gone. It's possibly about to be a different New York City, man. And it's crazy. And then we're going to tap in with Barry Cunningham. I should have been tapped that with my guy, bro. He was one of the ones that I first started watching who really, like, opened my eyes to a lot of stuff in politics in general. Dope content creator. Link will be in the description. Make sure you go tap in. Get my man to subscribe also. So he's going to break down the nuclear option and the reasons why we should do it. And I agree with him. So let's get into this first video with RJTalksTV. And yo, hold on. Before we start, let me see something real quick. Because there was this dude, right? Because this is the thing about these people, bro. They ain't genuine. They just be talking, right? So this dude, right? I was out earlier and I tapped into this guy's live. And of course, he was another TDS, a TDS bandit. You know what I mean? And, you know, he was talking the same usual talking points that CNN and MSNBC talk. So, you know, but I gave him a subscribe because, listen, bro, I still like the fact that you out here trying to have a conversation with people. So he had a joint said, let's debate. So I'm like, bet. I want to debate. I went live earlier because I wanted somebody to hop on and debate me. Not because I'm a scholar and I know everything, but because I'm really trying to get to understand these people's mindset on things. You know what I mean? And this guy, he was talking the same old. And so I hopped in the comments like, yo, what's up? Like, I made a couple comments and, you know, he said something about him. And I'm like, well, let's debate. Because he like, oh, you know, people talk, but they don't back it up with no facts. Bro, I'm not a thumb bandit. You heard? I'm not going to keep sitting here typing comments. These long-ass paragraphs trying to prove a point. No, let me hop on your live so we can debate. Bring me on. It don't even got to be right now. I would have rather that, but it could be tomorrow. It could be whenever you want. My thing is, I want to have dope conversations about what's going on. Because people, and it's better to do it in that setting because other people get to tap in your fan base. He had a decent little fan base. I think he got like 10,000 subscribers or something like that. So he definitely doing his little thing. But facts of the matter is that he was talking a lot of bullshit. A lot of bullshit. And I was trying to tap in with him, man. His podcast is called Street Smarts Politics, but ain't nothing smart about it, unfortunately. And I wanted to tap in and see some of his content, but most of his long-form content is just him going live. Like, the live thing is cool to, like, especially for engagement, but as far as, like, his, like, how I'm going live right now, this is free. You can come tap in no matter what and watch my videos. Now, I can understand having a membership and stuff like that, but to have a cost attached to every video that you have is, I don't know, it's a little different. But, hey, it's working for him. So, shout out to him. But anyway, man, I'm looking to start getting into that. I want to start debating people. I want to start having conversations, bringing people on my live, going on theirs, and making this shit more interesting. But anyway, man, let's get into this first video with my guy, RJ Talks.
November 7th, and the Democrats about to cave and reopen the government. Chuck Schumer this morning realizing his caucus is turning on him, about to break with his semi-united stance, making an offer to Republicans, and within minutes, it was rejected. Trump smells blood in the water, and the Dems are about to fold. We'll show you also the latest on what's happening, the real-world repercussions, thanks to this government shutdown, thanks to these 38 days of no government funding, and a shocking story out of California.
What is your response to Chuck Schumer's proposal here to keep those ACA benefits going for another year, bipartisan committee to work on those, and reopen the government with the clean CR?
God, please give me patience, because if you give me strength, I'm going to need bail money. What Senator Schumer is suggesting is that we do the dumbest thing possible that won't work.
Republicans rejecting Democrats' one-year ACA extension offer to end this government.
And yo, you know what's crazy too? When he said this, I'm happy Trump rejected it, because no, fuck out of here. Y'all playing this stupid ass game. Y'all got people out here really thinking that Trump is the reason why the government is shut down when he's not. It's y'all. But y'all want to play politics and all of that. So Trump understands that he has the upper hand in this situation. And to be honest, I think the real reason why he rejected it is because he is really pushing Republicans to push that nuclear option, which is ending the filibuster. And we're going to get into that. But the crazy part is that he's coming, mind you, they wanted 1.5 trillion. Now they're coming all the way down, and he's going to explain this. And they came all the way down to a year extension on the subsidies. But if you remember, on a previous show that I did, Caitlin Collins, I believe it was Caitlin Collins, who had Bernie Sanders and AOC on, and that was one of the questions that Caitlin Collins asked, that Republicans, she said a certain amount of Republicans were willing to extend these subsidies for a year. And she said, oh, we're not trying to play this game. They talking about a year. They want it longer. Now Chuck Schumer is coming to the table talking about the exact same thing that I'm assuming that Republicans were saying that they were willing to do, to extend it for a year, and then along them lines, along that time frame, they would try to work something to make it better, because they know that these, and I'm gonna play a video at the end, because they know. Oh, the thing is this: Obamacare sucks. Obamacare is the reason why premiums went up from the start. So they can use it's a good talking point saying that if these subsidies don't get passed, then everybody's premium is going to double and sometimes quadruple and all of that. It's a good talking point. But understand, Obamacare is the reason why the premiums went up in the first place. So, bro,
government shutdown only 30 minutes after Democrats made the offer to reopen the government if Republicans agree to extend pandemic-era Obamacare enhancements. Republicans rejecting it outright. Senate Majority Leader John Thune saying this proposal from Chuck Schumer not even close to what needs to be done. Chuck Schumer breaking this morning, folks, making this offer as a last-ditch effort to save face for his party, get something out of this shutdown, because like we reported yesterday, he's facing a revolt inside his caucus. Centrist Senate Dems have been meeting all week with Republicans to cut a deal. The deal would simply be these half dozen, these 6 or 8 Democrats, these centrist Dems, will vote with Republicans if Thune agrees to put the ACA extension up for a vote on the floor after the government's reopened. That would amount to failure. That's all they're asking for. Chuck Schumer, on the other hand, it's not what he wants. Democrats doing all of this, folks, shutting the government down for 38 days for nothing. From what we understand at this point, these 6 to 8 Dems told Chuck Schumer last night that they were going to vote with Republicans, that they need to reopen the government. They're getting
and understand that, bro. Understand that you got Democrats that truly wanted the government to be open because they understand that it hurts their constituents. But being as though they got to be lockstep with the party, they went along with it. But honestly, they understand it now that, Lord, hold on, this is getting out of control because they thought that Trump was going to fold. No, why would he fold? Listen, one thing for sure, two things for certain, bro. This nigga Trump is on some different shit. Honestly, bro, I think it's to the point where he understands that he doesn't have that much longer in on his planet. You know what I'm saying? So I think honestly, he trying to make this. He trying to make right. And if you watch Trump in the 16 campaign and watch Trump this campaign and how he's been in office now, it's way different, bro. He's, a lot of people, he's still Trump, but at the same time, you could tell that he's really trying to like make some big moves, bro. He's trying to make big moves, bro. And the Democrats are done. The Democrats are done with Democrat shit. I'm telling you, bro.
Getting so much pressure from back home. Schumer asking them to at least get on board with this offer, an offer that would help the party save face. Watch.
Therefore, we'd like to offer a simple proposal that would reopen the government and...
Bro, it been simple. Yo, my bad. Like, it's annoying because it been simple. It was the same CR bill that this clown literally passed back in March. That they passed before that. It's the same one. It's been simple. They want more of your money so they can do more bullshit. But listen, it's not good. It's not good for America.
And extend the ACA premium tax credits simultaneously.
I love this
and
shit.
Then have the opportunity to start negotiating longer-term solutions to health care costs. Let's do all three. I've spoken with my caucus, and Democrats are offering a very simple compromise. Democrats are ready to clear the way to quickly pass a government funding bill that includes health care affordability. Leader Thune just needs to add a clean one-year extension of the ACA tax credits to the CR so that we can immediately address rising health care costs. That's not a negotiation. It's an extension of current law, something we do all the time around here.
President Trump smelling blood in the water and rejecting this offer outright. Now, to be fair, the Democrats' offer, Schumer's offer, was to extend the ACA pandemic-era subsidies for one additional year. That already is basically them caving. That costs between $50 to $60 billion. Remember, originally, for the last 38 days, Chuck Schumer said they wouldn't budge unless Republicans agree to $1.5 trillion in new spending. So they've come down from $1.5 trillion to $50 billion.
Yeah, I love this shit. Yo, man, they thought they had another fool in the White House. I'm telling you, bro. Listen, man. Yo, this nigga. Yo, I can honestly say, bro, I really think Trump really trying to do what's right for America, bro. Everything he's doing, bro, is for America. Like, what don't you understand? Yeah. I honestly, bro, I really hope. We're going to get into that.
That's a lot. Again, Republicans rejecting it, though, from what we understand, this is about to wrap up within days. The Senate will vote for a 15th time today on a short-term funding bill to reopen the government. There are some Republicans now indicating that they're open to giving Dems this face-saving gesture on the ACA subsidies. President Trump, though, saying no freaking way. Meanwhile, today, thanks to this shutdown, there have already been hundreds of flight cancellations across the country as airlines began complying with the FAA's order to reduce service nationwide.
EVE Online is a vast universe.
Oh, what's going on?
There are still frustrated air travelers with all kinds of stories to tell.
So the flight got delayed and I had a connection, so then they had to reroute me and I ended up in a different city and had to rent a car. So the traffic control is a real deal.
I think it adds a big layer of concern to...
I definitely got YouTube Premium. I don't know why they just played that.
Knowing for a fact, oh, I'm going to be making this flight, to whether like, oh, I know I'm gambling whether I'm making this flight or not, and being able to make it home tonight.
But now I'm going to get home in the middle of the night. I didn't sign up for a red eye, but thank you, government. You're giving me a red eye.
Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy saying that the FAA's decision to increase reductions to 10% is necessary as controllers are calling out sick and they're expecting to reduce air traffic even more to 20% by next week. That's a big deal. If you're planning on flying, I'd call ahead, make sure your flight's on time, that it's not going to get canceled. This is affecting a lot of people, folks. Watch what Sean Duffy said this morning.
You can't have controllers calling out sick and then think we can run the same amount of aircraft with less controllers. It just doesn't work. This is the concern I have. On Wednesday, air traffic controllers are going to miss their full second payment. Okay, that's a problem in that a lot of controllers have told me a lot of us can deal with missing one pay period. Almost all of us can't afford to miss two pay periods. And if our great controllers then choose to go take a second job or take a different job, all of a sudden that's going to create way more disruption in the airspace. And then not only we reduce flights by 10%, and we're going to then continue to have these other measures of delays and cancellations.
Should people book or cancel their Thanksgiving flights?
Listen, I booked my kids' flights. Book your flights. Because, again, the government can open back up. We could have controllers come into work. And then you're going to be stuck booking a week before you want to travel, and you're going to pay way more money, and you're going to be angry. So book it now with an airline that if they cancel you, they'll refund you. And if they move you, you're going to be okay with it.
All it is, and the government could have been open literally 38 days ago. All of this stuff people are going through. Oh yeah, and everybody got their SNAP benefits. Now people will say, oh, if it wasn't for the judge telling Trump to make sure he paid the people. If Trump really wanted to, he could have really not paid it and made reasons up on why it couldn't be paid. If he really wanted to. But he didn't really want to see people go hungry, and he understood that they was literally not budging. And I think they really going to use that nuclear option. But, shout out to everybody getting their SNAP benefits, man. I mean, go fill them fridges up. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, too, bro. These are things that's going to keep the economy running and going. So while they're trying to destroy the economy, Trump is out here trying to save the economy.
President Trump telling the press today that if Democrats continue to vote no on reopening the government, that we must terminate the filibuster, listing off all the priorities that he says we could pass, Republicans could pass, if they listen to him and terminate the filibuster, including voter ID, no more mail.
Now, I think he plays a clip from this, but I'm going to get in. We're going to probably run this clip back because I want to get into it with Barry Cunningham.
Voting and more. Watch.
Here's some of the things that we'd pass if we terminated the filibuster.
Just listen to this. Listen.
Voter ID, no mail-in voting, no cash bail, no men and women's sports, no welfare for illegals. You could go on and on. This is 2 pages of things we'd do if you did that. Without it, I don't know that you passed anything because you can't deal with them. They're really irrational. They really are. But I was happy to see that a tremendous liability to this country, a woman that made herself rich in this country, Nancy Pelosi, has quit. And she'll be out of here pretty soon. And I consider that to be a great asset for America.
And what's great about this, some of the same Democrats screaming now about the end of democracy if Republicans do decide to end the filibuster were the same exact Democrats who pushed for ending it when Biden was president. One of the worst examples.
Pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to what he's saying.
Of this is Congressman Jamie Raskin. He's out there screaming about how this is the end of democracy. Trump is pushing and he will get his way on ending the filibuster. Again, this is the guy, one of the main people who were pushing for Democrats to do this same thing 2 years ago. Even CNN calling him out for this blatant hypocrisy.
Not
Watch.
CNN.
One of the things that he has been talking about for the last couple of days more intensely is getting rid of the filibuster. That's actually something that you wanted to do when.
Look at her face. Like, it's kind of like she didn't really want to say it, but she had like, But I think Dana Bash is getting tired of this shit too, to be honest, because she's been kind of pushing back on him a little bit lately.
Joe Biden was president, things weren't getting through the Senate.
Look,
is that an area where you agree with him?
We don't need a procedural fix at this point.
So you wanted the filibuster to be ended when Biden was president, but now, no.
You know, I'm not in the Senate, so I've got no say.
Oh, my God. You see how he couldn't answer that simple question? This is what I'm saying. They were doing, talking about, Trump is trying to destroy democracy. But when Joe Biden and this clown right here wanted to end the filibuster when Joe Biden was in office, but luckily they weren't able to. Now, the shoe was on the other foot. Understand, bro, these people are not playing. They are willing to do any and everything. You know, like, let 20 million immigrants in the country, illegal immigrants in the country. Just saying.
Yeah. Look, the problem as I see it is once one of the parties end the filibuster, it's gone. Nobody is bringing it back. And here's the thing about that, right? With a simple majority vote in the Senate, that means it's way easier to pass new laws, to spend more money. At least with the filibuster, it's harder to pass new laws. Look how hard it is to even pass a clean CR and fund the government. Imagine if it was a 51 vote threshold. Every time they pass a law and the president signs it, what happens? That's big government making more of your decisions, stripping your freedoms away little by little. We need less new laws, not more. Let me know what you think. In another story, the Department of State under Marco Rubio announcing yesterday that thus far, since Trump's second term, they have revoked 80,000 visas. Writing in a statement, the Trump administration will not hesitate to revoke visas from foreigners who undermine our laws or threaten our national security, adding that 16,000 of these 80,000 visas were revoked in 2025 for driving under the influence of alcohol, 12,000 revoked for assault, 8,000 revoked for theft, 16,000 revoked for DUI. What a change of course from Joe Biden. The Biden administration purposely removed DUI from the list of mandatory reasons for deportation.
I'm Sora 2, the new
Hold on, bro. What's going on, bro? Why does it keep doing this?
AI in town.
We're not afraid.
Remember this?
We're not going to deport anybody who, in fact, has not in this country committed a felony. I would hold ICE agents accountable if, in fact, they stepped over my executive orders, which is no arrest of anyone outside of their school.
So how do you change the culture?
You change the culture by saying you're going to get fired. You're fired if, in fact, you do that. You only arrest for the purpose of dealing with a felony that's committed, and I don't count drunk driving as a felony.
Yo, who the fuck did Joe Biden think he was, bruh? Yo, you can't make this shit up. You see the joint, illegal immigrant deported 4 times, charged with killing Colorado mother. And I believe it probably says son in DUI crash. And that's not a felon. This nigga's a fucking clown, bro.
A shocking story out of California this morning. NBC reporting 100 blank California Prop 50 ballots were found scattered throughout a homeless encampment. Yes, Gavin Newsom's new Proposition 50 that just passed on November 4th. It turns out there is good reason to be concerned. Something's not on the up and up in California elections. The Sacramento Sheriff's Department now investigating how the ballots ended up in this homeless encampment. Were they stolen? How many more were there? All questions I'm sure we'll get the answers to, right? Watch.
As a routine cleanup of a homeless encampment near Alder Creek and Mayhew Roads in Sacramento County quickly turned into a criminal investigation after deputies made a surprising discovery.
Just hundreds of items of stolen mail, but more alarming were roughly 100 pieces of voting material.
Deputies found unvoted ballots for the statewide special election scattered across the site.
We obviously saw the urgency, grabbed all those items first, got the ballots and stuff returned to the voter registration,
where election officials say the ballots were voided.
They won't count for anything.
The county's Department of Voter Registration and Elections told KCRA3 new ballots will be sent to affected voters on Thursday. Now investigators are working to find out who's responsible.
It's a big deal and it's an undertaking, so this is something that will work in conjunction with the post office as well.
When deputies arrived, everyone at the camp was already gone, so investigators are gathering evidence.
Go through cameras, go through everything, find out who is there. It's going to take a lot of back tracing.
Sergeant Gandhi says the goal is to protect the integrity of every vote.
Whether it's mail-in or some other method, make sure you're taking the steps to track it and making sure your vote counts.
Yeah, so, to be honest with you, bro, I'm not surprised about nothing that goes down in California, bro. Like, these motherfuckers are corrupt, bro. Straight corrupt.
It is Friday, November 7th, and the Democrats about to cave and reopen the government. Chuck Schumer this morning realizing his...
All right, let me get this down. So there's a reason why I did that. Because I need to do some refresh these drones, man. Damn. I should have did this first.
Promoting what's been going on. Over the last 9 months, the negative, if you turn on the television, even on Fox to a certain...
My bad. Anyway, we're about to get into this. I had to refresh these joints, man. Because, what the fuck? This damn. Hold on. You know what? I'll just do that next one. Anyway. Let's move on, man. My mans keep texting me. It's blowing my shit. I ain't even lie. Anyway, let's get into this next joint with Barry Cunningham. He's kind of going to break down this whole filibuster situation and his feelings on it and the reasons why we should do it. Let's get into it, man.
Vote in voter ID, vote in no mail-in voting except for military, faraway military, and people that are very sick. No.
Just think about what he's saying and if it makes sense. That's all that should matter when you hear when you hear anything. Really.
I'd like to see one-day voting. I'd like to see not 65 days of voting from all over the place. No, I'd like to clean up the elections. The border, we've done a great job. We have a great, strong border now. I'd like to see new rules on immigration that can be fair and good, but rules that you'll never get, rules that they're never going to get. There's so many things we could put in, including tax cuts that we could get, and we could do it all ourselves. But to do that, you have to end the filibuster. The filibuster is, and they'll do it too. They'll immediately do it. What they're going to do is, what the Democrats will do is they're going to make Puerto Rico a state. They're going to make D.C. a state. They're going to pack the court. They're going to end up with more electoral votes. They're going to end up with 4 senators because of the 2 states. And they're going to do this 100%. They would have done it, except Manchin and Sinema got in their way. They would have done it. Democrats are crazed lunatics that have lost all sense of wisdom and reality. It's a sick form of the now legendary Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, that only comes from losing too much. They want trillions of dollars to be taken from the healthcare system and given to others who are not deserving. People who have come into our country illegally, many from prisons and mental institutions. This will hurt American citizens, and Republicans will not let that happen. It's now time for the Republicans to play their Trump card and go for what's called the nuclear option. Get rid of the filibuster and get rid of it now. We can make our country so strong, so great. We can do all the things that we wanted to do. Just a short while ago, the Democrats, while in power, fought for 3 years to do this, but were unable to pull it off because of Senators Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Kristen Sinema of Arizona. Never have the Democrats fought so hard to do something because they knew the tremendous strength in terminating the filibuster and everything that would give them. They wanted to do it so badly. We have a chance to do it now and to make our country great again. They want to substantially expand the United States Supreme Court, make Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico states, thereby automatically picking up 4 Senate seats, many House seats, and at least 8 electoral votes, and many other highly destructive things for them. But for us, we can do it. It was their idea originally, Obama and Harry Reid, in order to screw the Republicans. And now we can turn it around and we can screw the Democrats and make our country so strong. Well,
hey, yo, listen, I'm going to tell you this, bro. This nigga Donald Trump is not playing. And that right there was a big message, bro. And the message was, I'm done playing with you motherfuckers. And I know if you had to, he just said it, if they had to, they wanted to. If it wasn't for the 2 senators that he's speaking about, they would have ended the filibuster. He told you exactly what they're trying to do. Remember, I told you, the projection shit is real, bro. Hold on. The projection shit is real. The dictator thing is them. They want the Democratic Party to stay and be in power forever. This is what he's telling you. And we know this because they flew and literally let 20 million illegal immigrants in this country. Listen, do you understand how many people that is, bro? Do you understand how many people that is? Like, bro, we're talking about states. Like, plural. States. They literally are trying to replace Americans, bro. Preferably black Americans. They don't need you no more, bro. If they have it their way, they don't need you anymore. People, I seen this guy online earlier was talking about. He's talking about, illegal immigrants cannot get health care and they cannot get food stamps and SNAP benefits. You're lying. You're lying to your peoples, bro. You're blatantly lying to them. These people came here and they're soaking up all the resources that U.S.-born citizens aren't getting. This is the best and only option that the Republicans have right now. This is the best move to make. voter ID. What's wrong with that? You need IDs to do everything. Why not have IDs? Because, listen, people that aren't from here, right, can vote in the elections if we don't have voter ID. Who wanted that? Democrats. Because they want to cheat. They love cheating. This is what they do. Trump is saying, no, we need to have voter ID where you have to prove that you're a U.S. citizen in order to vote. He's trying to clean up the elections. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Nothing at all. But see, Democrats know they don't care about none of that. They don't care about fair elections. They just want to stay in power, and they're willing to do any and everything to stay in power. This is why they're so mad that Trump is back in office. But see, another reason why this needs to happen too is because everything that Trump does, they're right there trying to block it, no matter if it's good or not. Most of the things he's doing is to benefit America. He's trying to take illegal immigrants off of welfare benefits. He's trying to take them out of the country because they're soaking up all these resources. This is the best option, the next best option for the Republicans. They'll be dumb not to do it because it's not just going to allow them to open up the government, but it's going to allow them to get his agenda across. What's the sense for 80 million Americans to vote for a president if he can't do what he needs to do? End that shit. End it. End it. Get these illegal immigrants out of the country. Make voter ID. Make these elections fair again. To where these people make it permanent too. To where they can't change it. Like, bro, people need to wake up, bro.
People aren't used to hearing a president talk like that. We can turn around and screw the Democrats. And yeah, we got people like, I don't know. I don't know if we should hurt them that bad. If we hurt them that bad, what are they going to do to us if they get back in power? You're freaking idiots. They want just it. They won't be back in power. You have the opportunity right now to determine the destiny, not just of America, but your own Republican Party. And you're looking like wimps to the world. Be like, do it. Oh, this pipe bomber. Yeah, we should do something about the pipe. Huh?
Now we're in power, and we can do it, and we should do it, and it should be done immediately. End this ridiculous country-destroying shutdown, among many other things. And that's the least of it. If the Democrats ever came back into power, which would be made easier for them if the Republicans are not using the great strength and policies made available to us by ending the filibuster, the Democrats will exercise their rights, and it will be done in the first day they take office.
This guy's pissed.
Yeah, you can see it.
He's not begging. He's demanding. Do something.
Trump is not playing.
And they're ignoring it. And so that's why I've become such a different perspective in terms of what my outlook is because I can see this guy out on an island begging, demanding, do something, and we're looking at people in Congress, or specifically in the Senate, who are like, that's not for us. And so you're telling Americans, you're telling people on the right, it's not too important to conserve your way of life. It's not that important to us. So if somebody tells you that your way of life isn't that important, what are you going to do? If your wife or husband turn to you and go, your needs, not that important to me. I want to make sure our neighbors are taken care of. Something's wrong in the house, isn't it? So something's wrong in the house if you turn to your spouse and they say, I understand, I got to take care of these people first. I'm afraid if I take care of you, that these people might get pissed off. I'm reading these signs. I hope you're reading these signs. And you can clearly see that your own well-being, your best interests are in peril. There's no other way to look at it. I challenge you. Go look around on people's profiles. Go look at what they're talking about. And as you're watching different videos and posts, how many of them are about increasing your stature in life, making life better for you and other Americans? Or are they talking complete, utter nonsense about shit that doesn't matter? I mean, there are a few things that matter right now, given where we are. Our national security, our financial security, and avoiding the Democrats getting back in power. All of that is governed, of course, by our Christianity, which is also in trouble. As I said, there are certain people climbing the poles and ripping American flags off of the poles. What do you think that bodes for, like, St. Patrick's Cathedral? They're not looking out for Americans' best interests, which means you better be looking out for America, or at least your own best interests.
Regardless of whether or not we do it, the Democrats want to end the filibuster. It will be done the first day they get into office. Don't you understand that, Republicans? In addition to...
Wow. He posted this last night. This isn't an old video. This was last night this got posted. That's why many of us, when we saw My Fellow Americans, was like, is this morning going to be it? And then we're hearing about the Ozempic and weight loss crap. I'm like, come on, man. Bring it. Bring it. Are you ready for it? I mean, you might not be. You might need to go watch a podcast that's talking about the pipe bomber. You might need to go watch a podcast that's talking about, I don't know, can we find a way to make young kids buy houses out of the blue like we're genies? You might want to go look at that. Or you might want to look at hard stuff. It's pretty funny. I put up a poll earlier, and I want to talk about real estate on Sunday, and only 65% of the people here right now said they want to see it. And then I got this amazing response this morning. This response this morning. I put up, people crying about housing prices have no idea how the real estate market actually works. The prices of homes in some areas of South Florida are going up literally overnight, and here's the reason why. Demand. No one can make prices go down. No one. The market determines the pricing. The socialist up in New York is a profit trigger for South Florida. And I got this comment. Damn, Barry, let it go. Focus on what is important. And real estate is only important if you're looking for a house. And I said, not true. It's important. It's always important. I am always looking to buy. I never stop looking. And I'm thinking to myself, is this what people really think? Focus on what's important. What do you consider important? What exactly is it that you consider important? I don't know. Consider me crazy, but the financial well-being of my wife, my daughter, her husband, and the grandkids is of vital importance to me. It is of utmost importance. Thank God, take care of your family. I couldn't even imagine where this guy's focus of importance is. Where 35% of you guys, where your importance is. Wake up, I go outside by the pool, look at the water. Thank God you've blessed us. And the next thing is, what do I need to do today to make Ashley, Robin, the kids better off? And then do something.
all the other things that we would get, such as the best judges, the best U.S. attorneys, the best of everything. This would be a concept from years ago of then President Barack Hussein Obama and former Majority Leader Harry Reid in order to take advantage of Republicans. Now I want to do it in order to take advantage of the Democrats because of the fact that the...
Yo, don't you love the fact that, like, you got a president who is just keeping it 100 with you? like, bro, I like it, to be honest with you. You know, my man tapped on the live earlier and he was saying, like, you know, talking about how basically, you know, Donald Trump, you know, basically like things that he say, like, you know, why people dislike him. No, people dislike him because of the propaganda against him. That's it. It's nothing different. People don't like Donald Trump strictly because legacy media, along with every single Democrat, did nothing but paint this big old lie about Donald Trump. That's it. It's got nothing to do with things he said. What did he say? What do he say? Even right now, he's literally saying, listen, Democrats wanted to end the filibuster. They wanted to do it. If they could have done it, they would have done it when Joe Biden was in office. And if they get back in office, they will end it. So why wait? Why bullshit? I'm not trying to play with these people. Let's end it now and do what we got to do. Because if we don't end this, then we're not going to be able to get what we're trying to get done. And this is why Republicans are actually looking to go along with this. And I think, honestly, this is the best move. This is the best move, bro. These people are not playing at all. You seen what AOC said when Mondani got elected. She's saying, she basically let it be known that we're not fighting just the Republicans. We're fighting the old Democrats too. The rhinos. Why do you think Nancy Pelosi is getting out the way? Chuck Schumer is next. Anybody that's not willing to be extreme and radical that's in the Democratic Party, they're gone. They're gone. And they know it. And they know it, bro. These people are lining up people right now for the midterms that's going to, if you're not going along with what we're trying to do, you're out. How much you want to bet John Fetterman in Pennsylvania either becomes a Republican or he just gets out the way entirely, because what the Democratic Party represents today is not what he represents and what he wants to do for Pennsylvania. You know, I could be wrong, but just judging off of how he's been moving, how he's been actually open about this whole shutdown situation and everything, he understands that he is way far apart from what his party is today, bro. And it's a fact. Donald Trump is being honest, he's being direct, transparent, and he's letting everybody know his move. I'm telling you,
the Democrats have gone stone cold crazy. The choice is clear. Initiate the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster, and make America great again.
And hold on real quick. Another thing is this. The dictator, the king part of this. If Donald Trump was a king, if Donald Trump was a dictator, he wouldn't even be saying all of this. He is saying all of this because he has to abide by the rules and what it is. In order to end the filibuster, the Republicans have to hop on board. Just saying.
Republicans, you have to be strong. You can't be weak. We get pushed around too much. These are crooked people. You have to be strong. Get rid of the filibuster and let's make our country great. Let's end the shutdown. It'll be ended in minutes. Stop it. Be smart. Be strong and win, win, win. It's really...
When have you... I'll ask you. Some of you guys are as old as I am. When have you heard a president sound like Newt Rockney? I looked at that and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to get a helmet and get my shoulder pads back and we need to get ready to rock. He sounded like Newt Rockney. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This guy is out there on fire trying to get his team to play. You know what happens if you're in football and your coach is trying to fire you up and you don't perform? You're gone.
It's a fact, man. Shout out to Barry Cunningham. Link will be in the description. Definitely super dope.
Remember this, middle class New Yorkers.
Super dope. Let's get into this next video with my guy, Righteous Perspective Podcast. Let's get into it. Hold on, let me take this off. Yeah, so I had to refresh that. I was wondering why them Jones popped up. Like, anyway, but yo, real quick, Donald Trump is not playing, bro. This dude is on a mission right now. And he knows, bro. That's the thing that people gotta understand too. Is like I told you, bro, politics will never be the same. And my thing is, I don't understand, bro. You're voting for people who are literally selling you out. They're selling the country out. They care more about illegal immigrants than you. Like, really think about this, bro. Really think about it. When have you ever seen congressmen and congresswomen going to ICE facilities, prisons, anything, fighting for you? You've never seen them knocking on any prison doors, trying to free anybody, caring about the conditions. A lot of these prisons are shitholes. They don't care. But illegal immigrants are getting deported from America, and they're literally on foot outside of these detention centers, talking about it's our job to make sure that they are in the best livable conditions. Bruh, you gotta wake up, bro. You gotta wake up, bro. These people are not playing. They are on a different, like, stratosphere. It's not even close, bro. I don't see what people see in these people. Like, I feel exactly where Trump is coming from. And you could tell that this nigga is not playing. He is letting it be known that these people are nuts. They're out of control. They're blatantly ruining the country. Blatantly. Hey, anyway, let's get into this next video.
Remember this, middle class New Yorkers. Remember these excuses, okay? Because you're going to be hearing them a lot. Governor Hochul is not raising the taxes on the rich. It's Governor Hochul's fault. Trump, he's not sending federal funds. He want to starve New Yorkers. It's Trump's fault. I can't give you all of these socialist things. They're not taxing the rich. Remember those excuses, right?
Yep.
So middle class, I know we said we ain't gonna raise your taxes, but New Yorkers are starving. It's only 1 percentage point. It's only a percentage point. You know that boat that you saved for? You retired, you wanted to go fishing? We gonna have to dip into that fund. You know, you wanted to send your kids to private schools so they didn't get indoctrinated by the woke book.
Listen, I said this. Yo, he's speaking 100% facts, bro. You really, I'm telling you, people in New York City, and this is why I want to get out of New Jersey, bro, because the same things that's pretty much going on in New York City is going on in New Jersey. I literally, no cap, while on this podcast talking to my mans, and he moved to Georgia. And he like, yo, bro, shit lit down here, bro. He like, bro, it ain't no jobs out there. Ain't no motion up there. Like, I had to be out. Mind you, this is my right-hand man. I ain't even know he left. He got low. This is my man's. I'm ready to be out. I'm not even going to hold you, bro. Because he's right. It ain't shit here, bro. It ain't shit here, man. It's a struggle. It's a struggle fest in New Jersey. it's going to be even a more struggle fest in New York City, bro. People genuinely think that you're going to get these things put in place and they're going to be free and you're going to benefit from them. No, you're not. And I'm talking to the workers. I'm talking, notice what he said, middle class. I'm talking to people like you and me. Listen, you're going to pay for this because when they can't get the federal funds, when all of them billionaires that they hate so much leave the city and go to cities like states, like Texas, like Florida, Tennessee, things like that, when they're leaving to go there because it's a business move and they in a business of making money, right? Not taking care of people who should be taking care of themselves. When they can't get the money from there, it's going to go to you. And that's going to be the reason to tax you, bro. I'm telling you, it's coming.
Oh, shit. Your kid's going to have to go to public school, middle class. You know, I know you worked hard to give them a nice life away from the city, but we're going to need some of that, okay, to pay for it, all right? Don't worry, it's only temporary. Temporary is their favorite word. It's only going to be temporary, middle class. You know, once we get rid of Hochul and Trump, then we can tax the rich. But for now, you're going to have to trust us, middle class. Trust us on this one. Trust me, bro.
Yeah. Okay. This dude's absolutely right. What we do know about this is what's going on in New York. You know, the top 1% are already responsible for, you know, almost 50% of the tax base. And
50%.
The remainder of the taxes are basically received from middle class. What we do know is that you have the top folks, they're getting up out of there in droves. I'm gonna share this clip with you guys because there's a lot of people, they're already putting these homes for sale. They're looking for real estate in other states. It's already happening. And the lower middle class and the middle class, those are going to be the people that's going to suffer, because you're going to have some people that say, hey, I don't ever want to leave New York. And you're going to have some people that really can't afford to leave New York, even though they want to. And those are going to be the people that pay the price. It's unfortunate, but let's continue down this rabbit hole here. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Let's keep going.
Some New Yorkers are thinking of packing up and getting out already. They call it the Mamdani migration. The New York Post is reporting that real estate agents are getting flooded with phone calls. Luxury real estate agent Ryan Serhant told the Post that his #1 job will be moving people from New York to Florida again. And based on the results, clients are going to hold off on making any kind of investment in New York City.
I got to say this. If you are a New Yorker and you are planning to leave, please leave your politics in the city and state of New York. Don't go south with your foolishness. Don't do it.
Lydia Moynihan knows all about this. She's a financial correspondent at the Post and broke this story. Lydia, I had a bunch of my friends over the weekend when they saw this coming saying, oh my goodness, I wish I sold last year. This is a nightmare. How could this be happening? So is this Mamdani migration a real thing?
I think it is, and I hate to say that. Look, what's not surprising is it in the wake of him clinching that Democratic nomination that wealthy people, really anyone with sort of a vested interest in the city, was exploring options of where they could move. Florida, of course, is a well-trodden path at this point. But what's much more concerning is the fact that people are actually walking away from deals. So people who were either in process of signing and purchasing an apartment or, you know, potentially buying something in the future, they're walking away. And so for the next 4 months, I think we're going to see a decrease in the investment in New York City. Anyone with a business is going to be a little hesitant. And of course, that's going to be amplified for 4 years.
Well, he has been elected. And yeah, businesses are either going to get up out of there. People who wanted to start businesses and people who wanted to invest in New York City, they are going to decide, at least over these next 4 years, that, hey, that's not a smart business move. It's just not intelligent. As long as you have this guy in office, and as long as you have people that support this particular individual, it's not something that folks aren't going to do. They're just not going to do it. But the state of Tennessee, they said, hey, all the New York.
And think about how much it's going to hurt small businesses, bro. Like, Small businesses, I know they sick right now, to be honest, to be in New York City. And listen, man, I don't think people understand. Anyway, let's get back to this video real quick. What the hell?
Workers, up there, if your own businesses and you're looking for a place to invest, you want to move your business. We have a solid foundation. We have a low tax base for business owners and for corporations, and we have the workforce and the infrastructure ready to go. They letting it be known, like, hey, we'll take you.
Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, in light of the recent election results, I thought it might be a good time to remind you that Tennessee is the best state in the country for.
Hey, yo, I ain't even mad at him, bro. That motherfucker said, look, listen, I know y'all ready to go. So, look, I'm gonna go ahead and put my pitch out there right now.
Doing business. If you are a New York City business owner and you don't like the direction your city has headed, I have a message for you that Tennessee is open for business. We have one of the strongest economies in the country. We have one of the lowest tax bases in the country. We have a workforce that is ready for any industry, a workforce that is ready to meet the needs of your company. And our Department of Economic and Community Development is ready to help you make a move right now. In fact, Tennessee is one of the most moved to states for families, for people, for companies from around the globe, because we believe that opportunity and security and freedom are important for everyone. We also believe in the power of law enforcement, by the way, and we understand that the men and women who keep our families, keep our communities safe, need to be supported, and we do so in our state. I want you to know that if you're looking for an opportunity, you've found one in the state of Tennessee. We are here. Our way of life, our music, our culture, our food, our hospitality, and our business-friendly environment might just be right for you. We are open for business.
Man, that nigga made me want to move to Tennessee.
This is what good leaderships look like. This is what good leadership looks like.
Googling shit.
Blue state and Democrat governors, they could learn something from an individual like this. Seriously. They could learn something. That they could. Because this dude is letting it be known that, hey, not only are we open for business, but we're ready to take you. And we want you here. We want you here because they understand that, hey, when you invest into their state, it benefits everybody. It benefits the state. It benefits the cities. It benefits the people who live in the state of Tennessee and other states, around the country that are red states being ran by governors that understand that corporations are needed, not only for the tax base, but also for the constituents, because people need to be able to work in order to take care of their families. This is a sign of good leadership right here. Shout out to him.
So now that Mamdani won New York City mayoral race, here's a question I got for you. Who do you think's moving to New York City? Who's actually moving? Not forget about the people that are moving out. 756,000 families are definitely thinking about moving out of New York City. No. Who's moving to New York City? You may say nobody. You're wrong. A lot of people will. But you know what type of people? Let's go through it together. You think job creators are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think investors are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think families who want safety for their kids and the criminals to be kept into prison are going to be going to New York City? No. You think people that are pro Second Amendment, safety, low taxes are going to be moving to New York City? No. But who will be moving to New York City? If you're a criminal, it's a great time to move to New York City. Think about it. He wants to let people out of prison. Guess what? I'm not telling you to move there, but it's a great policy. If you're somebody that doesn't want to work at all and you just want entitlement programs, this is a massive opportunity to move to New York City. Massive opportunity to move to New York City. If you're an illegal immigrant, are you kidding me? Like this is heaven for you.
Safe.
He will protect you. Move to New York City. He will protect you. He's for you. So I think New York City is about to have a net migration increase, not decrease. Everyone's thinking they're going to lose people. They're not going to lose people. It's about to increase. Let me tell you what type of people are going to move there. All of those people we just talked about. FYI, I'm Armenian and Assyrian. You know when Armenians left Iran or Lebanon or Armenia, where they moved to? Glendale. And we all moved because we felt safer there. You know what type of people are going to move to New York City? People who are democratic socialists, people who are Muslims. I would feel safe there if he's the mayor. And people who are wanting entitlement programs. This guy's been raised by a rich family. Mom made money, dad's made money, and entitled. It's kind of cool. So guess what? To all the criminals, those who want entitlement programs, and illegal immigrants, you officially have a great city to move to. It's called New York City.
Hey.
But that's, listen, all the big businesses is going to be gone. That's going to be something that's still going to be there. They're going to try to ride the wave, for sure, especially the Democratic ones. But we have seen already that CEOs came out and said that it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good for New York City, man. I'm telling you, man, this type of stuff that these people are pushing, bro, is just not good. Like, you got to understand, like, and this is where I really wanted to I think I said this earlier on the little live I was on. But Republicans are pretty conservatives. Let me say that. Conservatives are preaching hard work, responsibility, the American dream, success. Like, what is the Democrat Party offering? All free entitlement programs, free childcare, free this, free that, free bus rides, right? Abortion, men and women's sports, men and women's spaces, transgender, men, women, transgender people reading elementary school, pride flags in schools, all this indoctrination, propaganda, stuff that they got going on. That's all Democrats stand for. Like, bro, you're not going to sit here and tell me that the average American stands for these type of things, bro. The biggest thing that I realized over this last year, I would say 2 years, is how easy it is to program people. These people have mastered it. They understand human behavior. And this is why they do the things that they do. They understand the outcome. They know the outcome. And they understand everything is a numbers game. They're not trying to convince everybody. They just need enough to push their agenda. And this is why it's so easy to program people. When you got, just know it. Like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this. It's not a coincidence that I believe they said it was 84% white women who voted for Mamdani. It's not by coincidence. It's by design. Most of the things that's going on is by design. I would say most of it, to be honest with you. It's by design. It's not a coincidence. Just like for me, Trump's economy in 2016 to 2020 was good up until when? 2020. What happened in 2020? Right? It's for me, election year. You notice a lot of things happen around election time. You know what I mean? A lot of things always happen around election time. For me, that's not a coincidence. I told you, these people are willing to do any and everything. And COVID was man-made. It was made in a lab. It was cooked up like crack cocaine and distributed. The same way crack cocaine wasn't a coincidence is the same way I feel about COVID. It was by design. And they got what they wanted. But they didn't expect Donald Trump to get back in. So we're going to see how it go.
I stand corrected.
Up this video.
I stand corrected. Thank you, Pat Bet David, for so eloquently explaining who's going to move to New York. And the crazy thing is, I've seen a few videos recently of people who packed their bags and said, yep, I'm moving to New York. Now, these aren't people that are going to be assets to society, right?
Exactly.
These are people that are definitely going to be liabilities on society. I think the assets, the people, the investors, the people who own businesses, the people, who work and pay their taxes and do the right things. I think there a lot of those people are going to get up out of there. But just like the state of California had an influx of, drug addicts and homeless individuals and illegal immigrants, I got to agree. I got to agree with PBD. You're going to get a lot of those people that say, hey, New York City is open for business if you are interested in these things. I think he's absolutely right, man. He is absolutely right. Goodness gracious. Wow.
To those of you in New York who decided to purposely destroy a beautiful city, all I got to say is welcome to London. We all know what happened when you allow people who are not from a specific country come into the country and not assimilate. We all know what happens. They take over and they decide to push their shitty agenda to others. New York was a beautiful city. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. But I don't know if that's going to be true given who they just elected. And please stop saying that you guys won this thing fair and square, because we all know Democrats only take the road of least resistance, kind of like water. So if they have an opportunity to cheat, they're going to take that road. Let's not forget, Democrats are only profiting off of the return on investment after 4 years of bad policies by none other than Joe Biden. We're going to act like he didn't allow the border to be open for new voters to come in? Come on. That's what this is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, hit it on the nose. Boy, hit it on the nose, boy. Like, bro, this is what I'm saying. Like, bruh, this is what they did. This ain't like an assumption. This ain't like, this is the big lie. Nah, this is what they did. They allowed these people to come in here because they wanted total control and control forever. Sort of like a king or like a dictator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just using them as an example. Remember, projection is real. Yeah. Let's finish it up.
This brother's absolutely right, man. I can't refute anything that he said. And if you can, please let me know in the comment section. Yeah, it's bad when the fire chief resigns and first responders and EMT specialists, they're getting up out of there as well. Yeah, it's not a good look.
New York City first responders are now responding to the win of Zohran Mamdani as the New York City fire chief has announced that he's going to be resigning. In Houston, Texas, they're attempting to recruit NYPD officers. They're saying, NYPD officers, if you're disgusted with the win of Zohran Mamdani, come join us. Many people living inside New York City are actually fearing the NYPD will be heading out of New York.
And listen, if I was NYPD, I would be out, because you got to understand what they about to be dealing with, potentially, right? They're not trying to deal with all that. And then on top of that, you defunding them. Now, he has came out and said, oh, I'm not going to defund the police. Okay. Okay. And understand, like, listen, bro, you need law and order. You need police. They do have a job. There's a bad apple in every aspect of life, whether it's in any business, anywhere. Look at all the, I seen a clip of a guy breaking down, sexual assaults and harassment charges and all of these different charges. And he used the analogy of do you think it's the NBA or the NFL? And he was like, neither. This is Congress. So even in Congress, you got a lot of weird shit going on, right? These people are not, like, everything that they stand for, defunding the police, which is going to do what? Cause more corruption, criminals committing more crimes. You're like, all of that. They want illegal immigrants. in all of these Democrat states. Why? Because they want to contain control of these Democratic states and more if they can. Like, yo, to me, bro, this stuff is like ABC shit, bro. I'm just being honest.
City. One NYPD officer said, "Why should we live in a city where the mayor and the people who elected this mayor openly hate the NYPD?" Then he said, "It's cool though. When bad things happen in New York City, let them bring the social workers in and let's see how that works out." Then he says, "Remember, elections have consequences."
Social workers.
Yes, elections have consequences. We all know that Zoran Mamdani has said over and over again that he wants to defund the police. He wants to disarm the police. He's even been seen in protest yelling at police. And this is who they elected to be the mayor of New York City. Are NYPD officers going to be fleeing out of New York City, heading to Houston, Texas?
Well, there's also been a word from Ron DeSantis as well that, hey, they'll take those people down there in Florida as well. It's going to be interesting up there in New York.
Yeah.
I haven't been up there. It's been, at this point now, I guess maybe 2 years since I've gone up there. And the last time I was up there, it was bad. I can only imagine what it's going to be like over the next 2 to 3 years. You know, if this dude really implements the policies that he would like to implement. Holy smokes. My wife has flat out told me.
Listen, bro, if he is able to make this fairy tale safe haven in New York City where when somebody is robbing your house, or possibly raping your wife or something like that, or shooting in your neighborhood, stealing, whatever the case may be, police ain't gonna show up. It's gonna be a behavioral counselor coming to have a conversation with the murderer, with the robber, with the thief. He coming to, assess the situation and see if he can talk this criminal out of not being a criminal no more. Hey, yo, listen, bro. The shit that he talking about, bro, New York in 2 years tops is going to be a shithole. And I just want to see all the people's... Listen, I hope it doesn't, bro. I hope this guy is able to pull off the impossible. Impossible. Maybe it'll make me want to move to New York City. But it doesn't sound like it at all. But like you said, if you're a criminal, New York City is the place to go.
Ever want to go back up there again? And I'm in agreement, with her on that. It's not a city that I ever want to visit again. And it was one of those places, man, that I would, travel up to pretty frequently.
Oh yeah, this one.
But
the worst complex are the worst in New York City. Women aged 18 to 29, 84% of them voted for Zoran Mamdani.
Oh, she's saying women. She's talking about, I think she said white women too, if I'm not mistaken. Voted for Mamdani. Yo, listen, man, since the beginning of the time, bro, and I heard to say this, man, but women have been man's downfall.
I guarantee you most of them could not tell you why. Besides something about empathy towards migrants. The same migrants that want to implement Sharia law, which takes away women's rights. The irony of this is women aged 18 to 29 are likely the target demographic for men. So they are voting to make their city less safe for themselves when they are getting stalked or harassed or raped or worse by a mentally ill homeless person. A social worker will show up, an unarmed social worker with no training, because Zoran Mamdani wants to defund the police. They want to protect the illegals in our country and make New York City a sanctuary city, because Orange Man bad. But what they don't understand is that idea that there is a hierarchy to civilization, that the rest of the world is so bad we have to open our borders for other people to come in because their lives are worse outside of the country. That's an acknowledgement that there is, in fact, a hierarchy to civilizations, that there is a better way of thought, which obviously America has. because we were built on capitalism. Another thing that Zoran does not believe in.
Yeah, man. Shout out to her. She's talking facts right there, though. Real shit. Like, if my thing is, she's right. Everybody is saying how much, America is racist and America is this and America is a shithole and da 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 da. But unfortunately, everybody is trying to move to America. So America is doing something right. The whole entire world is using American currency. We, like, got to be doing something right. And I believe everything has pros and cons to it. So, but it's about what's best. You know what I mean? Like, too much of anything is never really good. So yeah, does capitalism have cons to it? Yes, but does it have more pros to it? Yes. What about socialism? What about communism? These are things that have been tried out, have been done before, and unfortunately, they just don't work. Unfortunately. Sad to say, I wish we could go back to the barter system, or, like, to be honest with you. But life it is what it is. Things do need to change in the government, though. I believe that, you know, taxes need to be adjusted totally. I believe that if you buy a home, that's your home. The land that it's on is yours. Property taxes, which falls under taxes, need to be gone. It's things that I don't like about government. If I buy a car, I shouldn't have to go get. I mean, I understand insurance. Get into an accident, somebody gets hurt, your insurance company covers it. So it has its pros. So that's why I tell you, like, sir, everything has pros and cons to it. You know what I mean? But, like, I should have just get some insurance. I shouldn't have to go register my shit and all that dumb shit. And, like, nah, have some taxes and tax. No, just fucking let me get some insurance and let me go drive my goddamn car. But unfortunately, dog, this is the way it is. And America still turned out great for the most part. Through all the things in the history, still turned out great. And everybody wants to come here. Everybody wants to be here. Even if you got people that might live in another country, but they still have a passport to come to America. They do business here. Everybody definitely wants to do business here. We have the biggest consumer market. So, hey, man, I ain't gonna lie though, man. I really hope Trump really convinces these Republicans to wake the fuck up, grow a backbone, and use this nuclear option and get rid of the filibuster, man. Because I want to see him, this is how I look at it. We can't get much worse than Joe Biden, them 4 years. To be honest, they, like, financially, for me, in my lifetime, that was the worst. That was the first time that I was like, yo, shit, crazy. What's going on? For me, I'm talking about for me. Well, now, it might have been the recession of 1904 and all that. I'm talking about in my lifetime, it's the first time that I actually was like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's up? Was the years Joe Biden was in office. So now, Trump has all these ideas, all of these things that he's trying to do, and Democrats are standing in his way. These fake federal judges are standing in his way. I want to see him get his agenda across. What's the sense of voting for a president, or for any politician for that matter, if they're not going to be able to do what they're trying to do? My thing is, let Zoran Mondani do all of this shit that he's trying to do. So that way you can prove and let people know and show them that it doesn't work. You know what I mean? Let him do it. And we'll see what happens. But I just want to see Trump do these things. And, every time you turn on the news, every time, you go to your favorite podcaster and you getting updates on things that's going on, you just see, all of these Democrats and judges these Democrat judges and these people playing politics, getting in the way of what Trump is trying to do. You know, so, hey, man, let's hope for the best. At the end of the day, we all still Americans. No matter if you're Democrat or you're Republican, understand that you're still American. And you should want what's best for America, bro. Point blank, period. So, you know, take your blue glasses off and take your red glasses off and stop being dumb. Wake the fuck up and understand that we are in, like, crucial times. Like, America is in debt. Like, the dollar is about to be done. So if we don't stop thinking that we're this ultra superpower that can save the world, it's going to crumble, unfortunately. It's just what it is. So, hey, man, get on your hustle, stack for the future, and pray for the best. It's your boy SL550. This is the N.G.L.A. podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Just subscribe. Hit that button. Hit that like button for me. Also, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time your boy drop a dope live. Till next time, I'm out.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams. I know niggas who played ball and gave it up for lean.
Millionaire thoughts, billionaire dreams, but my account in overdraft, I'm about to scream.
Rich man greed,
a poor man prayers.
Every man bleeds,
but look how God made us.
Too many losses, it's only right that we win. Yeah, I made a promise I'm never gonna lose again.